All right, guys, so there's something else that I really should be pointing out about these two maps that was occurring to me while I was making the last video. And I wanted to double check a couple of things. I'll probably make another video that sort of includes all of the information. But I'm going to make this little video now. So again, here's the old map of Cedar Island Ranch and the RV park. This is the old numbering system of the lots in the RV park, and note the color coding as well. And note the overall shape. It's kind of phallic, pointing out towards the ocean. So the ocean is more of a feminine symbol, and then you have this phallus. The phallus part is white, and then the two testes are like gold and blue, and it's pointing out into the ocean. So that's symbolic right there. Cedar, the name Cedar means longevity. So it's Cedar Island. You have an RV park that's roughly shaped like a male phallus, and it's pointing out towards the ocean. The ocean has always been considered to be synonymous or equated with women, or vice versa. So pay attention to that. Then, so again, this is the first map. This is the older map. This is the system that was in place when I got there. Then, maybe like halfway through my time there, the 3 months that I was there, sometime in November, I remember watching Mike actually put up a lot of the new signs and stuff, or noting it here and there, putting up the new numbers on the lots, putting up new signs with the new, you see they have this new color system now, the light blue mixed with the dark blue and this orange. We're going to talk more about the colors in a minute. So there you can see the overall phallic symbol, image, shape, pointing out towards the ocean. Remember that just these two are upside down. This map shows the ocean to the right, and the other map shows the ocean off to the left, with the barn on the bottom here and the barn on the top with the other map. So halfway through my time there, they renumbered the lot system to be this way. So something I'm going to point out, and this is aligned with the blue over red. So we have the dark blue there. Note, first of all, they flipped the map so that now the ocean's on the right-hand side. I suspect that's on purpose so that the numbering system can be so that you have, first of all, 18 through 33. 33 is a big number for the Freemasons. They have the 33rd degree. 18, 1 plus 8 adds up to 9. So you essentially have 9 through 6 here at the top. If you do numerology and anyone into the occult world or the esoteric world, and certainly Freemasons, will be mindful of numerology and how it works. And typically you take any large number, any multiple digit number, and you add those numbers together until you get to a single digit. So for 22 here, I would just add 2 plus 2 and get 4. For 29 there, I would add 2 plus 9 and I'd get 11. And then I'd have to add 1 plus 1 and I'd get 2. You understand? For 32, I'd get 5. That's how that works. For 39, see? That would end in a 3. It would start with, 3 plus 9 would be 12, and then 1 plus 2 would be 3. So, that's significant that we have the 18 here up through 33, and now it is up top. It is over top, and it's blue. Down here, we have 34 now through 49. So that adds from 9 up here through to 6 in blue at the top. And now they have 7 through to, there we go, 4 at the bottom. Now, this is blue over red because orange is made by mixing red and yellow. So this is actually blue over red and yellow, or blue over red and gold. So now this suggests that this is happening, because I could have seen this. Again, it's not a total confirmation. It's just one little nail in the coffin, but we'd have to find more stuff, which I will. But now this suggests that we're dealing with, this is happening on a level of ownership. Because I could have before maybe seen how David was just an idiot, who just was clever enough to make money and scam people to keep his money. And even if he were maybe even a part of one of these societies, orders, he maybe wouldn't get very far in it. He wouldn't be let through certain doors because he wouldn't understand certain things. But now, I don't know. I doubt very much that Jeremy Edwards had a hand in designing this park layout, the new numbering system, or the colors. And then we have light blue now in the phallic area. That's a mixture of white and blue. But that's with mixing paints. And remember the video I created on color. How light works, how color works. Yeah, so that's a few things I wanted to point out. I have to go take the other half of my ADHD pill. My brain's starting to run out a bit out of fuel. But I'm sure I will be making at least one more video, if not 2 or 3, expanding more on this. So again, this is the new park system, the new lot numbering system, where it is now blue over red and yellow, or red and gold. Orange is a mixture of red and yellow. And the numbers that have been switched up, they renumbered everything. And keep in mind, if they did this with the map pointing the other way, like it was with this map, with the ocean on the left-hand side rather than the ocean on the right-hand side, well, then the numbering system wouldn't have worked, because all the numbers that they have at the top here, that would be at the bottom. Do you see the kind of, and in case you guys are going like, oh, that sounds like, this sounds like it's all real crazy planned out. Okay, remember how I showed you those videos of Francis I, Holy Roman Emperor, and all that I just put out. The red and the blue and Freemasons too. Go back and look at that. Look at those paintings. Remember I said they were really well thought out. Do you see the amount of effort and attention to detail and energy and focus that's put into this? That we've already seen in paintings of Freemasons that are willing to put into setting up certain things. So keep that in mind in case you're like, for those of you who are like, oh, to have a bunch of people conspiring out on this remote island to do some weird shit, that couldn't possibly be. Yes, it very well possibly could. It very fucking possibly could well be. So like, for example, the Holy Roman Emperor, Francis I, didn't paint that painting of himself. So, it wasn't just him who was in on the color scheme and the layered symbolism. it was the artist as well. All right. So that's at least two conspiring together who know a similar color scheme and adhere to it and clearly have some kind of reason for doing that. I doubt very much that the artist was wholly just instructed by Francis I to lay it all out exactly the way he wanted, you know. Pretty sure the artist knew exactly how to lay it out already. And Mr. Francis I probably, if he didn't dress himself, he probably didn't even dress himself. He probably at the very least knew what it all meant. So, yeah, they go to great lengths. And the amount of money that was probably paid for the commissioning of that painting, the amount of money that probably went into not just paying the artist, but the materials, but then also all the regalia, this beautiful suit that he probably had made specifically for that painting. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of time and focus and energy. Planning. That's a lot of detailed planning. All right? For a painting. What do you think they'd be willing to do for a ritual? Yeah, for some crazy-ass ritual they think might get them some goodies, some boon or something that one of their gods might give them if they do something correctly. Anyway, so this is some of this stuff I was starting to notice while I was there. Like, these are all a lot of, like, the little things that I was noticing that were adding up to. We're going to go over way more little things. There's way more things. That I was just like, this all feels like it's orchestrated. It's not just a series of random events. This is all being orchestrated. And as I've said, my gut is really good. Where I get into trouble is where I either don't trust my gut, don't listen to my gut. And usually when I do that, it's more curiosity. It's like, let's see what the old gut instinct is throwing up alarm bells about. So yeah, and she was going off within the first week, and just incrementally got louder and louder and louder with each passing little thing that I was noticing. So stuff like this. And so note the old one is gold, yellow or gold over blue. And let's note the numbering. 32 through 17 on top. So that's 5 through 8. 5 is the number of man. We have 5 fingers, so on and so forth. And I'll make another video going into that. Some numerology. And then there's going to be like a geomancy video coming up talking about how Cedar Island's special. Yeah. So then on the bottom, so that's the gold, is 5 through 8, is 32 through 17, which is 5 through 8. The blue on the bottom is 16 through 1, so 7 through 1, or 1 through 7, however you want to look at it. Also significant. 7 and 1 are a bit more phallic. 8 and 5 are a bit more considered to be more feminine numbers. So this is more, and these numbers are blue on the bottom, and those numbers are gold. So this suggests more feminine on top of masculine, and that energy is what's going out into the oceans of the world. This would be geomancy. This is how geomancy works. Big rituals involving huge layouts. And rituals where like literally the structures and such are built with specific symbols. And it's meant to sort of imprint energies into the very earth that will, they're hoping the people who do this will change things according to what they want. And again, guys, for those of you out there who are middle class, lower middle class, whatever, going like, who has the time to do that? People with money. People who have a lot of money have a lot more free time on their hands. All right? They can hire people to do all the shit they don't feel like doing. And they can sit around doing as they please, including planning out stuff like this. All right? With like the, you know, the architect who's in there, also in their little boys club or something. That's in their, you know, in their little, one of their little smoking dens, cigar dens, having over bourbon. That's how these things are made. Is while you're busy scrubbing their toilets, they're busy planning out stuff like this, like weird phallic structures that are penetrating the ocean and the symbolism of that. And they are looking at you guys like you're dumb monkeys who were put here to serve them because you don't notice any of this stuff that they're doing right under your noses. Yeah. Anyway, and again, so this is the first map. This is how it was when I first got there. This is what they changed it to when I was there. And again, right at the time when they were switching the number scheme, Laura Halley moved from Laura Stage and her daughter Mina Jones moved from lot number 27, which was previously lot number 10, over to lot number 26, which was previously lot number 9. And that was the lot that Jeremy Edwards, the barn manager, was living in when I first arrived. And then he left on vacation, but he was coming back. And it's kind of like, who just moves into that, you know, one of your coworkers' lots when you know they're coming back. Like, I moved into a coworker's lot after they said like they quit, they were leaving for good, and I felt weird enough about that. But so like I was jumping in their grave to some degree. It's like, I'm really sorry to see you go, but thanks for the lot. Like, I felt shitty, but still, I was like, that's probably like the best lot I could grab if I want to be on the water and have septic and have a little bit of like privacy, private space. And then it happened to be lot number 3, which I didn't even realize until I moved my rig over there. I was like, what lot number, man? Oh, 3. Surprise. Anyway, now I've lost track of where I was. All right, so Jeremy Edwards, it's just really weird that she moved, and her rig, by the way, her trailer doesn't even belong to her, it belongs to Rennie. At least that's what I was told. It belongs to Rennie and Stacy, and Rennie and Stacy lent it to Laura and Mina. And what I was told was Laura and Mina showed up in a van. They're originally from Ohio, and they decided just to like take off and travel around in a van. And from what they were telling me, also, this is going to be in another video dedicated more to like them. Everybody's going to get their own video. I might just do a video with them as a unit. Apparently they left Ohio in nothing but a van and just were traveling around. And from their descriptions, I pieced together that it sounded like they were actually out in a lot of the same areas of the country that I was at the same time that I was there. Which is, I was like, that's one, again, another little thing that I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let's meet his name, Mina. Mina, again, like, remember the vampire myth shows up a lot. Bram Stoker factors into this a lot. And his feminine character in Bram Stoker's Dracula was named Mina. Mina means love. It's just, there's a lot to it. I'll get into it in another video. It's just a lot of stuff. A lot of different things. But it all added up was both my conscious mind and my subconscious mind, my gut going like, dude, the F is this? This can't possibly be. No, it's not a huge freaking setup, is it? No. But like, I just kept sticking around to go like, to see what else I could see. And I think I also just like, of course, I didn't really, who wants that to be, you know, like who wants it to be that way? Not when you're like first getting there and going like, this place is beautiful. I think these people might be really nice and down to earth. I think this might be a place I'd like to settle for a good long while, if not even like the rest of my life. Like, So then who wants it to be like, oh, a big setup to fuck with me? Nobody, right? So, like, of course, that little hope in me holds out. And then the curiosity part of me goes like, also holds out and goes like, let's see if the gut's wrong this time, which it never is. Like, let's, or let's see what is making my gut instincts go like, danger, something's going on. Let's figure this out. Yeah, so that's what was going on. Yeah, I'm gonna end this one because I'm gonna keep prattling on and on and on. Very interesting with the numbering. I think I'm certainly going to have more to say about all of this in another video. That's just going to be all of it put together. The number 9 with Jeremy and all that, and yeah. So, again, so female, gold, more feminine numbers, more feminine color, over top of blue, and more masculine numbers. And then the newer one is more masculine, at least on this side of the veil, will be considered more masculine, blue. And then 9 and 6. Depends on how you look at it. With 9 and 6, could be downward pointing phallus and upward pointing phallus. And then 7, well, we've got 7 again, repeated over. Although 7 can kind of go both ways. 7 is a number of Babylon, and that way it's associated with the feminine, but it is also kind of more of a phallic type shape. And what else do we have? The 4, yeah. That's home. 4 is a foundation number. It's 4, like the 4 corners of a square, and sturdy and stability, stable. But 6 can also be a home number. Well, it's like a family number. It can also, that's the other thing is, the other way you could interpret a 6, like the overall shape of it is either upward pointing phallus or pregnant woman, something along those lines. So I've seen and heard it both ways. And this is, for those of you who might be like, what is she talking about? This is how, there is a portion of society that looks at the world this way, and you should be mindful of that. And some of them have formed secret societies, and we add down, not we, well, I'm not part of the secret societies, but I'm part of the portion of the world. We have a sort of artistic streak to our thinking, at the very least an artistic streak. We do numerology, we add down numbers, we pay attention to colors, we pay attention to the meaning of these sorts of things. Pay attention to energies. We pay attention to our conscious mind and our subconscious mind and our gut instincts. There is a good portion of the world out there that thinks in this way, and not all of them are going to be wishy-washy art teachers. Some of them are going to be devious monsters. They will still think in this way, quite possibly. I don't know. That's something I'm still kind of working on. I'm completely sort of flushing out the psychology of these kinds of people. Anyway, yeah, I'm prattling. All right, I'm going to end this. Goodbye. And